Chuck looked at his notes as he stepped off the monorail, then looked around. This was, he was sure, the place. This system. This planet. This city. If he could only find a trace. With a firm set of his mandibles, he picked a random direction and started to undulate down the street. Weaving his way between travellers, tourists, and the occasional local, Chuck paused ever so often to consult his notes. Even the most recent sightings were ancient, and the city must have changed much. Even so, he thought that he had found the place mentioned in his note. Others must have thought so too. All around the square were other tourists, some consulting notes and datapads, some moving slowly around as they were looking at poor reproduction holograms, some gesticulating and discussing among themselves. What now? Chuck chided himself. It had seemed so simple when he had booked the ticket. Go to the last place a human was seen. Allegedly seen, Chuck corrected himself. And here he was. And Chuck had no idea where to go from here to unravel the riddle of humans. The Death Worlders that had once ruled the galaxy, or maybe just terrorized it, or possibly created every other lifeform in it, or, at the very least, had appeared some megacycles ago and just as suddenly disappeared. Feeling his tentacles sag, Chuck looked around and noticed a small shop at the edge of the plaza. The sign was in interlingua, showing that refreshments might be had. He glanced up at the yellow sun, then made his way over. "Greetings," the local behind the small counter said, as Chuck ducked into the semi-dark shop. "What can I do for you?" Chuck said, as he worked his way through the sentence. The sign said, yes, dihydrogen monoxide, cold ammonia, bromide on tap. Ethyl ammonium nitrate? I'll have to ask you to open that outside, though. Pentane, hexane, benzene? Just water." Chuck interrupted the local. Dihydrogen monoxide. A good choice for most." The local reached under the counter and brought out a standard liquid bulb. "What more can I do you for? A snack? A souvenir? Some light reading?" Chuck paused as he reached for the bulb with a tentacle. "Souvenir? Yes, I got magnets to place in your sustenance cooler, head covers, and human figurines." The local extended a stiff, jointed limb towards the shelf behind Chuck. "I see," Chuck said, as he looked over the cheap, mass-produced figurines. "They all look so different. Does anyone truly know what humans look like?" "I guess not," Chuck admitted, as he gingerly picked one up for inspection. "I mean, even you could fit some of the descriptions." "Ha!" the local said. "Do I look 4 meters tall? Do I have a mouthful of fangs? Do I breathe fire or tear my customers limb from limb?" "I guess not. My apologies." Chuck looked ashamed as he slid some credit tokens across the counter. "Think nothing of it," the local said, as he rang up the water bulb. "You're not the first nor the last tourist hoping to find the mythical humans. Terra is full of your kind these days." "I know. I thought I was going to be the only one, but I guess they are either gone or hiding when no one can find them." "No sweat," the local said. "Speaking of which, you may want a head cover if you plan to be out in the sun a lot." A little later, as Chuck left with a jaunty hat and a tentacle full of plastic souvenirs, shopkeeper Josh smiled to himself. "One of these days," he muttered to himself, "one of them is going to make the connection. But not that one. And not today."